From beyond our dimension, this is the JeffMara Podcast. Here's Jeff.
Let's do that again. Welcome, everybody. Today is our prediction live stream. You can't hear anything when you don't push the mute button and turn it off. All right, so today we got to talk about our predictions from last year, as well as I hope you guys will have predictions for 2023. And then at the end of 2023, we can check them and see if you got them right. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. And so I'm not sure. Maybe I should wait a little longer until more people are here so we can talk about last year's predictions, and then we can get into new ones, and we'll go from there. I think I saw that I turned the music off by someone. I had a little bit of music in the background. All right, someone says no video. Can't see you. Well, wait a second. There's a little bit of a time delay between my broadcast and what comes out. Oh, okay, I got it. There we go. Now you should be able to see me. And I hope you can. I'll wait for you guys for one moment. That's a good one. I was speaking to you from the black void. There, now you see me. All right, great. So we'll try it for the third time. Welcome, everybody. This is the night before New Year's Eve. It's our prediction show. I hope you've all come with your predictions and you can come share them with us so we can write them down for next year. And actually, I should get my notes ready for in case people come for predictions. I can write them down, then I don't have to go watch the video again. So just give me a second. I work off two computers and I completely did my workstation. I I have a new workstation here. And even when I've been doing my podcasts, it's kind of like I had to, work on, I had one on one left side and one on the right side. So I kind of had to redo everything. So I'm kind of finally getting resituated. If you were here with my guest, you would know, because my guests, I've been kind of working on this. All right, so how many people? 113 people here. And I think we have Ben here. Is there 2 people here? We'll bring in Ben first, and then I'll discuss last year's predictions. And then hopefully many, many of you will come in and share your predictions. So I'll just kind of fade that out as he's coming in. Camry, hello. Do I have topics? No, there's no topic. You can predict whatever you want for 2023. It doesn't matter. So we'll leave that up to you.
Hello.
Hello, Ben.
Can you hear me this time?
I can hear you, yes. I just can't see you yet.
Can you hear me this time?
Yes.
Okay. It finally works.
It works. You are here today. Victory is ours. So, do you have a prediction for 2023?
No, I'm physically incapable of making predictions. It's really hard in life.
You said you're incapable of making predictions?
Yeah.
Why is that? I don't think you're incapable of that. You can just say, you know what, in 2023, I predict this.
Yeah, and usually I'm wrong.
That's okay. That is okay. So what would you like to talk about?
Well, okay, let me try.
All right.
Yeah. In like half a year ago, the voices were telling me that my soulmate, who's usually stuck to me, she has all these people around her that are helping her, I don't know how to call them, maintenance people. Okay. So they were here before her, just a little bit, and they told me they set her aside, and they told me the voices are going to be gone in half a year. That was half a year ago. And what they actually meant was in Germany they have something called Rauchnachten, which means smoke nights, which is usually when pagans light bonfires, and eat around a circle and party. Well, the people on the other side do that too. Okay. And that's actually what she was doing in the time she was gone. And that was last week. She was preparing everything on the other side, and I didn't know anything. They didn't want to tell me. And when she returned, it was like, oh, I'm back. Drunk. She was drunk and had a hangover, and then the past day she didn't want to talk, so I was just nodding yes and and agreeing with everything, and it was really funny, and that's what I wanted to talk about, because last week she was gone and now she's back. So guess I was wrong. She isn't permanently gone, but yeah. So whenever these voices tell me these things, they usually lie. They don't. They keep out details.
They sound like negative entities.
Well, no, just shady entities, I think.
Shady. That's still negative, right?
Well, no, they kind of have good intentions. Like, I'm not supposed to know yet, and they are planning things out, and I'm supposed to know right now when it's destined to be this way, and it's written this way. So it makes sense to me, at least, and there was no harm done.
All right.
But yeah, and Christmas, because I want to do that last week, and Happy New Year.
Thank you, and same to you. So Can you make a prediction about these voices for 2023? Will they be gone for you?
No, they'll stick around for another 50 years or something. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
It's
Well, I think I've had a
it's
guess.
I'm being babysat.
You're being babysat.
Yeah.
Well, now that you're on the Earth School, maybe you'll move quickly through this Earth School, or you won't require that anymore. Maybe
That means dying sooner, so I hope not.
Your camera frozen. Your camera froze on that statement. Maybe
Did
I
you
hit it right
understand?
on the. Now you're back.
Oh, I mean that means dying sooner.
No,
Ending this school means dying sooner.
no,
Usually it
I don't mean
does. Usually it
that.
means
I don't mean that. I mean that you level up quicker, and then you can learn new things on top of that.
yeah. I hope that's how it works. I really hope so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was my segment. You
Okay.
can go to the next one.
All right, Ben. Well, thanks for coming and joining us.
Bye.
Thank you, Sarah.
Happy
Take
New
care.
Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Cheers. All right. Good. All right, let's get the next person in here, Chrissy Thomas. And then perhaps will be a good time to reveal last year's predictions.
Yeah.
Chrissy, are you there? Chrissy will start video later. Maybe she wasn't expecting to get in the Zoom with us so quickly. All right, well, maybe I will. Is she coming back? Okay, I'll put Chrissy back into the waiting room. All right, so last year we got 3 predictions. One of them was that, and I'm happy about this, of course. One of them was that someone said that I will double my subscribers this year, and actually that's true. I did double my subscribers, so good applause for that. I think that's great. So thank you, subscribers, for making that prediction come true. And the second one was, I just put on a little background music. See, I used to be a DJ. Here's another thing you guys didn't know, that I used to be a DJ a long time ago. Not a radio DJ, but a different type of DJ. And when you're talking, it's always nice to have a little music in the background. So I like to have like a little something going on. And Julie D something, I can't read your last name here, but Julie, Julie DePaulo, thank you so much for that super thanks. We really appreciate it. So anyways, so yeah, that was the first one. The second one was that COVID would basically lessen and become like the common cold. And I'm kind of hit and miss on that. I think things are a lot better. We're not all, the majority of us are not wearing masks anymore, and most people, are, leading relatively normal lives now. So I generally would say, yes, it's like the common cold, but then people are still perishing from it. So it's hard to really say, to say if that came true or not. What do you guys think? You can put in the chat and we'll see what you guys think. Does COVID, lessen like the common cold now or not? And then the third one was actually from Mr. Cake, Stephen Cake. He, I think, was kind of jokingly doing it, but you know how he would do Donald Trump. And he was predicting that Donald would be back, and that came true. Donald's back, and he is now running for president. So that's at least 2 out of 3. All right, so let's bring in Raphael and see what he's got. Heavy doses of vitamin D, okay. Have you heard anything new? I feel it's the more Common cold. And I made the music stop like that. Whoever was talking about music, all I had to do is turn it off. Raphael, are you there? He is not here. Okay. He's here. The audio's turned on, but I don't see his video. And oh, here he comes. Maybe his audio isn't on either. And I believe Raphael's been on. He looks familiar. Let me see. I don't see anything from him as far as I got to get my notes out. Okay, let's see. Can you hear me? Okay, we're waiting for his audio to sync. Sometimes you gotta wait. Screen. That's what I get for being, we can see you but can't hear you. Waiting for audio to sync. Maybe he reads that. Or his mic is muted, I'm not sure. And these lovely cards were made by our very own Penny Sutton in the chat. She's probably here tonight somewhere. And I know I keep promoting her, but she makes these wonderful cards for me, and she has to actually make them backwards. You only see them this way, but they're actually, if you were here in the room with me, you would see that it's kind of written backwards. Kind of like, you know, like I think how Da Vinci would write. He would write backwards, and you'd have to hold this stuff in a mirror to read it. Let me see. This is, maybe I can put this one up. Your audio is not working. So anyways, if you need invites, if you're getting married, if someone you know is getting married and you need some really nice invitations, cards, greetings cards, Penny can hook you up. She's actually hooked up some of our designs, and I just got to break down and build and make the products. We've just been crazy busy, you know, especially around the holidays. You're busy with the holiday stuff on top of work, so. But we will get to it. And they're having trouble. I don't know why we don't have any sound out of them. Oh, they're gone. They're gone. All right, so anyways, those were our 3 predictions, right? And while we're waiting on this, let me move that out of the way and let me get my schedule over here and we can look at next week's schedule. I've already recorded actually 2 of them, and I can tell you about the next 2 that are coming up. The next one is of a woman, a very nice woman who studies something called Vardenkar, and I think it's very similar to Ekankar, and her husband was a Vardenkar master before he crossed over to the other side. And in Vardenkar, you learn about having out-of-body experiences. So, and I think it's more about having out-of-body experiences and connecting with God. Anyways, her husband has transitioned to the other side, and she is transitioning to the other side and communicating with him. So I think you'll find that one interesting, and that's tomorrow night. So, and I was on the fence on whether I should post that tomorrow night or not, because, you know, it's New Year's Eve. But, you know, why not? I mean, it's already going to be ready anyways, and maybe some of you are going to watch it. It's just, if no one's going to watch, and I completely understand because you're going to be, you know, celebrating. I hate to I kind of feel like it's wasting it, right? If it's not going to be watched. You guys aren't hearing anything. Audio is in the ethers. Is everybody hearing everything? I see in the chat that someone's not hearing audio. Do you hear audio? Do you hear me coming through? But I think you're on the same mic as me. I don't. Oh, you plugged into that one, so you do hear me. Okay. All right, so it is working. Where was I? Oh yeah, so that one's going to be tomorrow night. Let me see. Raphael's back. Okay, well, you can all hear me. Great. Hello, can you hear me? Not hearing me. All right, so while they're trying to fix it, I'll tell you. So that's tomorrow night. And then New Year's Day, I had a gentleman a little over a year ago that came, and he had a very strange kind of out-of-body-like experience. And we talked about it, and he's also had an NDE. Well, he came back, and his twin brother also had a very similar experience. So I think you're going to like this one too. Twin brothers, which I've never had twins on before, having a similar otherworldly experience. I wish I can remember what I titled it. I have to look at my notes here. These people aren't been able to hear me again. I should have left my notes out here. Your audio is not working. I don't know if they see me. It shows, and you see this little thing here. To me, it shows that it's on. I'm gonna mute. Can I mute them even? I can't even mute them. Anyways, so yeah, let me see where these guys are, and I can tell you when I introduce them. Guys, two twin brothers who have experienced alternate realities. So it's interesting to have twins experiencing stuff together. And I already recorded that one as well. I think I did that yesterday morning. Gosh, I don't know where to move it to. Here? I don't think I can make this smaller. Oh yeah, I can a little bit. It's about as small as I can go. And then I recorded another one today, and I believe that was an NDE this morning. Let me look at my notes here. Yes, an NDE of a woman I'll kind of read a little bit. A woman had a near-death experience that radically transformed the trajectory of her life and ultimately saved it. So we talked about that one. So those are the next three coming up. And I think you guys are going to like those. And let me go to my schedule here while we're waiting for them to see if they can get it sorted out. And okay. Messaging me, and let me go to my calendar. Tomorrow I'm going to be recording another NDE. Monday I'm going to be recording an NDE. Tuesday an NDE. Wednesday an NDE. Thursday an NDE. And Friday. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 NDEs in a row. So if you love NDEs, this is going to be the week for you. I mean, that's 6 NDEs in a row. So that's pretty awesome. I'm on a roll with NDEs. Sometimes I can kind of like book NDEs like this. All of a sudden, like I'm booking six in a row, and then sometimes there's like some spacing, and I have maybe 3 videos in between an NDE where it won't be NDE related. But to me, like the woman I'm posting tomorrow, it's to me basically NDE related because you're having communication with somebody on the other side. And then the other one where the guy's going into the alternate reality is kind of OBE, NDE related as well. And what's the other one? And then the one this morning. So it's almost actually 7 NDEs in a row. All right, Tanya's here. Hopefully Tanya's sound will be working. We'll find out. Yeah, I didn't want this morning, so that's almost actually 7 days in a row. All right, Tanya's here.
Oh,
Hey, Tanya.
hi.
Hi, how are you?
Doing well, and you?
Great, thank you. How was your
I wanted
Christmas?
to come. It was great.
Awesome.
Low key with my sons and my pet, and
Nice.
yeah,
What kind of pet
yeah,
do you have, a dog or a cat?
a Chihuahua.
A Chihuahua. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you have a prediction for 2022? I mean, 2023.
Well, I'm also not good at doing that, but I'll predict that people will become more loving and understanding. And I just want to throw out there all the positive energy that I can to the world.
All right, I think that's great. So I'm putting that down. I have I'm taking notes so people will become more loving and understanding. We've got that for next year. So perfect. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
That's prediction number 1. And my wife says your hair looks beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I have it down this time, right? I'm always like covering up or up or something. Thank you so much. She's so lovely. See, there we go.
There you go. See, we're already being more loving.
Oh, exactly.
We started a day early.
Yes.
So do you have any new experiences to share with us? What do you have?
So on December 25th, on Christmas morning, one of your previous guests, her name is Jen War. She was having a live stream special.
Yes.
Where she was doing some kind of like cleansing ritual for people.
Okay.
So I just happened to stumble about on that, and then I joined the live stream and the Zoom call, and then I didn't even know she was going to actually go like guest by guest and do a cleansing for them.
Oh, nice.
And so I was surprised about that. So when it was my turn, I didn't even say anything. She right away, she was like, I need to do a cleansing for you, for your heart chakra.
Okay.
And then she said, you have a spirit attached to your heart chakra. And that's why it's difficult for you to connect or something, because she's like, your heart chakra, if you have fear, you can connect with the divine or something like that, right? And I was like, okay, I was just listening, and then she started doing the cleansing. She does the taps, right?
Yeah, she's
like
been a guest before, and she's even come on like the Saturday Night Live stream as well.
Yes, so she told me to do the 5 taps, like on the head, on the heart, and on the abdomen. And then she will say like phrases for me to repeat and stuff like that. And as I'm doing that, she told me, she's like, the spirit that you have is arguing with me. He's arguing with me. He has the same accent. He has an accent like you do, and he's a pirate.
Wow.
And he's arguing with me, telling me that there was a blood, that he cannot go because there was a blood contract with one of your ancestors or your ancestors. And I was so blown out of the water with that, because first of all, I never have spoke to her. She does not know that I'm from Panama. She does not know that my grandfather on my mother's side, he was a captain of a fishing boat.
Right.
Like, how you say that? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like a commercial, like the big one, not
Mhm.
like a little boat, but the big commercial boats that go out into the sea to fish.
Right.
Like he was that. So, and there is like so many connections. Like, for instance, Panama was we have pirates attacks in Panama in the 1600s or something,
Mhm.
like 300 years ago. And that's why we got together with Spain and then Colombia before we finally decided to get independence totally. But the main reason why we got protection from Spain and Colombia was because of the pirates attacks in the country. So she didn't know anything of this. Like, I didn't even open my mouth to say anything. And
Yeah.
she right away say, like, he's a pirate and he's arguing with me that he has a blood contract. And that's why he cannot go, because she was telling him to go. Eventually, after I was doing the tapping and stuff, she's like, I had to take over because this spirit is so like powerful that you cannot do it. Like, I have to do it for you. So she took over
Mhm.
and she told the spirit to go. The other stuff also that it was amazing about that is that days or week before that, I had recorded, you know how I always record like the orbs in my room.
Right.
So days before Christmas, I have a recording of a orbs that was right on top of my chest. And I recorded it. And then on Christmas, she told me about my heart chakra and how I have a spirit attached to my heart because of a blood contract with one of my ancestors. And then days later, like 2 days ago, so that happened on the 25th. And then like 2 nights ago or something like that, I woke up from a sleep because on my right ear, I heard a man like groan,
Yeah.
like make this like
Right.
like that. And it woke me up, of course, and I scream aloud like a profanity
Mhm.
word because I was like, what the hell? And so I don't know if this was that spirit or the other spirit of like a close family member. Her second cousin died, so I don't know if one of them. And so yeah, it woke me up from sleep. So I mentioned it to Minnie Raspusel and Ken. They are also in Discord. And then Minnie Raspusel, she said like, maybe you should like not record so many times so that you can get some sleep. And I did that last night and I was able to sleep.
Oh,
But I think it's all connected.
Did Jen get rid of that pirate?
I'm hoping she did, but then like days later, like 2 nights ago, I heard like a man groan like on the side of my bed, like right close to my ear. So I don't know, and it could be that I need more work than just that one session, because this thing, like I look it up, like Panama, the last time Panama had 1685. So this is 335 years. So if this pirate made that blood contract with my ancestor, this is over 300-year contract that have been going on, passed on to generation. So I think that maybe I'm gonna need to work more on that to get rid of this thing.
Right. Now, are you on your phone today?
Well, I'm on both.
Okay, because I remember I think we talked last time that you were going to show us some orbs.
Yeah.
Are you able to do that today, or are you because you're on your phone?
Yeah, no, I'm able to do it.
Are you gonna? Do you want me to? I can allow you to share screen. So
Yes.
we'll see what we see. Is this the orb that was on your chest?
I can find that one. Yes.
All right, cool. So we can see some orbs here.
Let's see. So tell me whenever I'm ready to.
Yeah, I'm ready whenever you are.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I already authorized you to share your screen.
Okay.
See what happens.
See, I put it on. I make a special album. Let's see. So where you see Jeff, where is it? Jeff, right here.
Right. I've never.
Okay. You see it?
Or no? You don't appear to be sharing your screen.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Share right here. Screen. Start.
Here we go. There we go. Cool.
Okay. So now let me go back to my thing. So here I have all of these videos. Here is the one that I recorded on my chest.
Oh, wow. Is this a picture or a video?
This one is a picture. Oh, yeah, it's a video. You see how it's moving? Because I was trying to, when I put it directly, I can only record it if I was not like putting it directly on it. So when I try to move the camera to put it directly on it, you will see that it's just the sheets.
It looks like it kind of moves in slow motion.
Well, I think it's the camera, like, but it wasn't a slow motion though. But
maybe
it was there.
Maybe what's happening is it's hard for your camera to give both this video and the video from me talking to you, because it's a camera. It doesn't have as much power as a computer.
Yeah.
But we can definitely see something there. And as you do it like that, you can see it moving. Well, that looks pretty big. I mean, that looks, from that viewpoint, it looks huge.
Yeah.
Is that so when you're laying there and you open up your eyes, you just see that white ball of light right in front of you?
No, with my eyes, only with the camera.
Only with the cameras picking that up.
Yeah. And I noticed that it was like right there on top of my chest. And I was like, what is this?
Wow.
And so I was trying to move my camera, like to point it at it, and it will like nothing. It won't record nothing. But when I point the camera out to like the space in my bedroom, that's when it will show up.
All right. So but as you're laying there, even though it's not recording, I guess, if you're looking through your camera, you can see the orb. You just can't see it with your naked eye.
No, with my naked eye.
Wow.
Some of them, sometimes I can see.
How often do you wow, there's a red one.
Yeah. I can see them like every day. Every day.
That's interesting. So when every day when you go to bed, do you just turn on your camera for a little while and see what happens?
Yes, that's exactly what I do.
Do you ever get freaked out about it? Or you're used to it now and it doesn't matter? I guess they don't bother you, right?
No, they don't bother me until it's some kind of noises.
Oh, wow. Now I can see that video works better. You can see, it looks like a bunch of orbs.
It's like a big one and a little one. See the big one?
Yeah.
And then there's a little one in the background. So Like if I see.
And is it completely dark in your room? Like,
Yes.
or if you can't see anything, like black dark?
No. It is completely dark. The only thing that is turning, the only thing that is on is the light on the camera.
Yeah.
See how
Wow,
they
that's a
all,
bunch of them.
yeah.
Now that is not dust or anything, is it?
No. Mm-mm.
Wow, it's amazing.
No. You can tell when it's dust. It's kind of it's different. The dust. Let me see here. This is like lights on, and you can still see it.
Mm-hmm.
And the lights is on.
That
in
time
the
it
bed.
moves by real quickly.
Oh yeah, they move fast. Like sometimes I have to slow down. Let's see, that one doesn't have anymore. Sometimes I have to slow down the camera so that I can capture it. Because see, in normal speed, it will be like really fast.
Yeah. Why do you think you can only see it through the phone and not with your eyes?
Well, I think the phones have like, the technology and things that we like our eyes can't capture.
Maybe some kind of infrared or spectrum or something.
Yeah, something to do with the spectrum of light.
There was one that I saw in let's see the blue one. It's next to the red
blue
one.
ones, this one?
There was one next to the red one.
Next to there. Oh yeah, this one. That one is a picture. Because sometimes they move really fast. So I have to slow it down, or I have to this is the one in my chest still. Because I was still trying to catch it like directly. And you see I couldn't. Like every time I will put the phone directly on it.
I see it at the bottom. Do you ever try talking to the orbs?
Yes.
Do they react to it?
Yeah, like I remember one time I will say, one time I said like, okay, well, show me something really special or something like that. And that was the same night that they light up my room. Like the orbs like light up my room.
Wow.
Like I had my light on or something, but it wasn't my lights. It was like the orbs lighting up.
Do you ever see them blinking?
Yes, I have blinking ones. Let me see. Maybe over here in the bottom. I have a blinking one. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, they look like see, is that the same one I put? Is it this one? Let's see. Oh, and sometimes they also like come over to me like if they see me or something, and then they come over. Like if they notice that I notice them, and then they will come over. And I will be like, sorry.
It's okay, go ahead.
No, I will feel like, whoa, like I will be like, whoa, what are you doing? Stay on your lane.
It would be great if you could figure out how to, at least ask them questions, like blink once for yes and twice for no.
Yeah. But I think the more I pay attention to them, I think the more bold they get, I think.
That's amazing.
And I think that's why maybe I hear stuff. I hear the sentences and the voices sometimes, because I think I'm paying too much attention to them. Because like last night when I just went to sleep without turning on my camera, and then I was able to sleep. I
Do
can
you
see.
feel like you asked the orbs to come in the first place, or did you just started looking just out of curiosity and they were there?
I started looking out of curiosity, and then they were there, and then I noticed that it was like, oh, this is happening every day. This is every day. So because that happens every day, I think it's kind of like addiction, to tell you the truth.
Wow. I remember I had a guest on one time. I can't remember who the guest was, but she was using her phone as well, and she would take pictures around the bottom of her door or something. And I think she was saying those were fairies and stuff.
Yeah, I wish I can find the one that I just took. It was a really pretty one. It was like blue and green. It changed colors from green.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, but I was thinking it was here in the bottom of it, and because it will be like one of the latest one. Maybe here. Maybe this is this one. Let's see. No, that's the.
There's one that's down at the.
Sorry, is it this
right.
one? Let's see. Oh man, because I can't even. Oh, I know why. Because it's not there. It's not in this one. In my favorites, probably here. There we go. These are the latest one. Let me try to find it. Let me see if it is this one here. Okay, so there's one there, and then one on the top of the. Let's see. Did I make a picture of it? Let's see if it is this one. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
It change color from red to green. And that one I actually saw the blinking thing with my eyes, like my real eyes, you know.
Yeah. Wow, you actually saw that then.
Yeah, I actually saw like the sparkle.
Wow, that's amazing.
Oh yeah. And then I went back to see like on the camera, and then I caught it, and I was like, yes. So you can see like they move all around. They are all around in my room. And I have thought about putting a camera in my room and just like live stream it.
Oh yeah, that would be pretty cool. That's a great idea.
Because
that would be cool. Well, that would be pretty awesome if we could turn out the lights in here and we would all see orbs in my studio here.
Yeah.
I wish I could.
Well, have you tried it?
I have never tried it. I need to try that. I think it would be great.
Yeah, you need to try it.
That would be cool. That would be cool if I knew that they were always here, so then I could say, okay, everybody, I'm going to turn off the lights, and then we see them.
Yeah. So
all right, Tanya. Well, I'm sorry, but I need to move on. I've got 3 people in the waiting room. Let me see.
No problem.
You have to. How do we
stop share?
Oh, perfect. But thank you for sharing those with them. That was very cool, and thank you for your prediction.
You're welcome.
We appreciate you.
Happy, prosperous, and happy New Year for you, for Mara. Thank you for all of the hard work that you guys do every day to enlighten us. I really appreciate it. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And happy New Year's. I wish you prosperous new year for you and everybody who is watching also.
Thank you, Tanya. And we
You're
wish you
welcome.
the same. We wish you an amazing 2023.
Thank you.
All
Bye
right,
bye.
take care. All right, so that was cool. We got to see some orbs. Oh, I got to catch this. We got to say thank you very much to, it doesn't come up on mine. What? Merlin, thank you very much for that super thanks. We really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so next we've got Petey Pete. Now, Pete has been spearheading the project that they've been working on for me, cataloging the NDEs, and maybe he has an update for us. Pete, are you there?
I'm here.
All right.
Hello. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. How's things going for you?
Great. And I wanted to say congratulations to you.
For what?
On your viewership doubling. Hopefully this year it'll triple.
Thank you. And I want to say, we found out the other day, because we make a version of this that besides the video version, we do put an audio version out to like Spotify and iTunes and stuff like that. And now it's ranking in the top 100 in iTunes spiritual podcasts.
Hey.
So,
nice.
Yay.
And how about that? How about that super thanks from Merlin there?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That was a biggie.
Was that from Merlin or from? Oh, Merlin. I thought you said Maryland. I can't read it on my end. Merlin. Wow. Wow. Thank you so much, Merlin. That was awesome.
Yeah.
So kind of you.
So I just wanted to drop in and give a little update on the NDE timestamping project.
Thank you.
For those of you who don't know, who haven't seen me on here before, the project is basically about being able to create new kinds of video, having Jeff being able to create new kinds of videos where he can like take little bits of all of his different interviews with NDE people where they talk about the same specific details over and over and over again. Because as for me, when I was first coming to this subject as a skeptic about a year or two ago, the thing that really convinced me that NDEs were real is the way these people would, as we all know, there are certain things that they repeat in every single, not every single case, but a lot of the cases. Like, just to pull one out of thin air, one of the things that grabbed me was how people will say once they're out of their body, they can see in 360 degrees, like in a globe all around them. That's a very weird and very specific detail. Then that suggested to me, these are not random hallucinations. Like, I've never had a dream where I could see in 360 degrees. I've never had a friend tell me about a dream like that either. And for people to repeat that, not in every case, but more than enough times for it to be, random, that's a repeatable detail. So the idea I floated to Jeff was, what if you could make short little videos and you have 10 people saying, and then it was weird. I could see in front of me, I could see behind me, I could see left, I could see right all at the same time. And then the next person says, yeah, it was like I could see in 360 degrees. And then you cut to the next person saying, and it was the strangest thing. You don't really see forward. You sort of have this awareness of everything at once all around you, and the videos could be very short and very compelling. So Jeff said, yeah, that's a good idea, but it's going to take so much work to sift through all 400 and something videos that I've done. And I said, well, I'll volunteer to do it. And I think you have a lot of fans that would be happy to lend an hour or two here or there to timestamp a video. So I'm happy to report that me and a few volunteers have completed 48 videos so far.
That's awesome.
I just wanted to make sure I say thank you to the people that have been helping. So it's Minnie Rapunzel, thank you, Minnie Rapunzel, and Awake Ken, thank you, Awake Ken. And Olga A has done a few, and I think Ken in Wisconsin is starting to help too. So really excited about the progress that we've made.
I think
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just wondering, I have my screen on my computer set up with some of the files that we use. I was wondering if I could share my screen so people could kind of see what we're doing.
Sure.
And also I wanted to show them what Discord looks like if they
Sure.
haven't
Go
used
ahead.
Discord and how
Sure.
they could.
Mhm.
All right, I've never done this before. Stop video. I guess I click on more, maybe.
I think at the bottom, well, at least on my Zoom, at the bottom it says share screen right in the middle. I don't know if you're on it. Oh, here we go. PD Pete has started sharing screen, but we don't. There it is. Perfect.
Okay, so you can see I have a bunch of windows up here.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the list of all the ones that we have completed so far. So we have the episode number, and you see we're not necessarily going in order. You can pick your favorite NDE episode and do that one, as long as it's not one of these that has already been done. And then once they're stamped, I change the no to a yes. And once I compile them to the master list, I change the no to a yes. But you can see we have about 48 of these done. So the way it works is I made this little list here. Well, it's not so little. It's kind of a big list. It goes up to about 62, but it's a list of details that people repeat frequently when they're recounting their NDEs. And each detail has a number next to it. So basically you tag the timestamp with this number if the subject talks about this topic. So for example, I tried to do it in the general order that people talk about their experiences. So the first one is they might talk about the faith or spirituality that they grew up with or that they had before their NDE. And then the second one is, of course, they start talking about how they died. Was it physical death or injury or accident or sickness? And then it starts to get into things like, number 5 is coming out of the body. Number 7, I love number 7. I think this could make a really good video. This is the one where they are able to discuss verifiable details of what they saw when they were out of the body, like being able to describe the resuscitation efforts of the crash cart team, or being able to describe what their family was doing down the hallway in the waiting room while they were having heart surgery. Those are really compelling details. So I love it when a number 7 pops up. And it goes on and on. So it goes up to about 62, I think. There's a small section at the end for hellish experiences, but most of the stuff is very positive. And I really feel that this is important, because if we can convince more people of the reality of the NDE, there will be less fear in the world, less fear of death. And the one thing that I would say, what would you say, maybe 90% of NDEers talk about is the importance of love.
Yeah.
And there it is, number 56. They describe the importance of love, and that 56 shows up a lot in our time stamping. So here is just an example of one. If you guys remember Trisha Barker, she's a blonde woman from Texas. I think she's from Houston or Austin.
Austin.
She's the one that was in a terrible car accident when she was in her 20s, and she had a spinal injury and she was rushed to the hospital. She couldn't move her legs, and she went in for spinal surgery, and she died on the table. And she wrote that book called Angels in the OR, because when she was out of her body in the OR, she saw these angels in the room. And she mentioned that they were tall. That's one of those weird things that people mention when they see angels. They mention that they're 8 feet, 10 feet, 12 feet tall. We definitely have a category for that. It might be like 30.1 or something like that here. But you see here, she is starting off with 56 right away. She was talking about the importance of love. And then we start off with the 1, I think she says that she was an atheist or a skeptic. Number 2, she starts to talk about her car accident. Number 4 and 5 are together. 4 is evidence that they were clinically dead, like a flat line, and 5 is coming out of the body. So I think that I think if I'm remembering her story correctly, when she came out of her body during surgery, she saw the heart monitor go boo. She saw the flat line while she was out of her body, and that was later confirmed. And there's a number 7 for confirming details that you saw when you're outside of the body. So you can see it's pretty simple. I've got my phone open and I'm watching the video. And when she starts talking about number 5 coming out of the body at 5 minutes and 17 seconds, I pause the video. I look over here and see what number that is. And then I write the number there. And then I start the video back up and keep going down until it's over. And there's good old number 56 at the end again, the importance of love, which so many people come back to at the end. So I'm sorry, I don't want to be talking too much, but that's basically all there is. And we are looking for volunteers. So, I mean, you can just do one episode and we would be more than grateful. Or if you want to do more, you could do more. And I think it's an important cause.
I agree. Do you happen to have your Discord up so people can see that? Because if you can contact him through Discord, and that's free to do. You just make a free Discord profile, and then you can join my server with the link in the description below. And then one of the rooms, there's a room about this. Do you have your Discord there?
I do.
There it is.
Here it is.
Right.
So this is what Discord looks like. And it's just basically a bunch of like chat rooms, basically. But here's Jeff's channel. So I guess once you get on Discord, you would search for JeffMara Podcast and join that channel. And then underneath, he has like sort of these sub channels or little chat rooms. So here's chat where people just do general talking about things related to the JeffMara Podcast. And here's services where, people can offer their services like tarot readings or energy healing. And then here is the one for our project, the JMP Timestamp Masterlist Project. So here you'll see us. There's me, there's Minnie Rapunzel. You'll see us talking about, what episodes we're working on. And it's pretty simple. Oh, and then here's the volunteer toolkit, which I post every once in a while. And it has the links to all of the shared files on Google Docs that we use for timestamping. And it has all the instructions that you need right there. Perfect. And that's it, I guess. Yeah.
Well, Pete, thank you so much for taking charge and spearheading this for me, because honestly, it probably may have never got done if it wasn't for you. And for all the people who have contributed so far, I just want to say, a huge thank you from us, because again, without you guys, it probably wouldn't get done, because we barely have enough time just to post daily videos.
Yeah, I know you guys are working so hard, and I was constantly amazed when I saw, I saw you get to 500, then I saw you get to 600, and these videos just kept on coming, and it's amazing how hard you guys work.
Yeah.
And thank you so much.
Thank you.
But yeah, I felt compelled to do it, because it's just one of those things that I guess coming into the subject as a skeptic and then being convinced by this, it is frustrating, because it's trying to, you try to talk to your friends, and when you start to believe in things like this, it's the same thing as trying to talk to someone about religion. They don't want to hear it unless they're ready to hear it. You can't force a flower, right? You can't force a flower to bloom.
Right.
But still, I thought this is what convinced me, so maybe it would convince other people. Yeah.
Before you go, do you have a prediction for 2023?
My prediction is let's see, we have 12 months. My prediction is we'll finish 400 videos for you. We'll get 400 videos time stamped for you this year.
All right. That's a great prediction.
God willing. All right. Well, thank you again, and God bless, and I'll see you guys later.
All right, Pete. Thank you. God bless you, and have a great 2023.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. All right, so let's hit don't report. Now I think Raphael is there. So let's see if we can get his audio is working. All right. We'll see. And someone else gave us another super thanks, and I wanted to mention that. Did you write down her name? I think it was. I saw it earlier. Let me see if I can scroll back. Oh, Jay Almo, thank you very much for that super thanks. We really appreciate it. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, as I said earlier, I thought my wife had said Marilyn, but it's Merlin. So sorry about that, Merlin. And again, thank you so much. Hello? I think this is, we finally got Raphael, we can finally hear you. We just can't see you now.
What is it? That's not work.
Not working.
It's not.
Almost.
Jeff.
Your screen's black. There you are. All right. We did it. Victory.
Oh, man, sorry.
I don't even believe it.
Yeah.
We got you.
Sorry,
All right.
Ruth.
No
We're having
problem.
problems.
Have you been on before? You look familiar.
Yeah, I was like 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I thought I recognized you. Thanks for coming back.
You recognize me?
Mm-hmm.
This is my future wife, Linda.
All right. Wow. Congratulations. Have you guys set a date yet?
Not yet, but
What?
soon. Not yet, but we will soon.
Not yet. Should we predict that you're going to make a date in 2023?
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. Great. Well, what do you have a prediction for 2023?
Yeah, I would like to share like what I experienced. You know, when I mentioned to you before
Mm-hmm.
when I had my near-death experience,
Yes.
and I went into the Akashic Records in that experience. I was able to. There was a record keeper, like the Akashic Records that came over,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of guided me to a place where there was a book of Earth, and I was able to. He gave me that book, and he just took out the book and showed me the book, and so I was just like, I saw it was like the Earth itself, and it was basically kind of like the future of
Oh, good.
of the collective for
Cool.
for Earth. So it was really powerful and interesting, and so from that experience, what I saw, it was basically how all countries are going to come together, kind of like the European Union.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to start creating unions, like the American Union. They'll start with the United States, Canada, Mexico, and then eventually go all the way to South America. So then we become the American Union, where one currency, one economic system, and everything. So it'll be blocks of different unions. So it'll be the American Union, then it'll be the Asian Union, and then there'll be the African Union, and then the Arabic Union. So it'll be different blocks of unions that countries will come together.
Do you think that's going to happen in 2023?
Oh, no, no, not 2023.
Oh.
Yeah, that's more for the future. I won't be able to give you an exact time for that, for that future. That's basically all countries, and then eventually they all will become under one.
Right.
There'll be no more borders, and there'll be like, basically free education, and
it at least make things a lot easier if you can travel anywhere and not need a passport anymore.
Yeah, for sure. Like you won't need a passport anymore. So, and by that time, it's all, we're going to be living in different planets as well. And the consciousness of the collective will be already like fourth dimension. So yeah, that's more in the future. There'll be no more wars, all that stuff. I saw how there's going to be a body, kind of like a council body. I don't know if it's going to be called a council, but I think it's going to be kind of like called perhaps the council, where this body will, make like universal laws for Earth, so that there'll be like no more nuclear weapons, free education, universal education for everybody, free healthcare for everybody. So there'll be like free, like universal laws across for the whole planet. So for the no poverty, no famine,
That's
and
great.
it'll be the utopia that people have predicted, and that's for the future. As far as the 2023, I haven't really seen anything specifically for 2023, but I do believe that we're at the verge of the collapse of the system. The corruption has been going on for all this time. I believe that 2023 will be the beginning of that, where there'll be a lot of disclosures of a lot of different, the things that the governments have done and that's been hidden. So I believe that 2023, everything that's going on in politics right now, it's going to be the beginning of the end, you want to call it that, where basically, there'll be a lot of disclosures of all the corruption that's been going on in government.
You were kind of.
I believe that's definitely coming.
You were kind of breaking up there. You were saying a collapse of the financial system, or
it'll be the political system.
A collapse of the political system.
Also the financial.
All right.
It'll start gradual, but it'll start with the political. I believe that's where it's going to start. I believe that's where it will start. Where with the whole government's kind of like disclosing information from each other, and like you see it with everything's going on in politics right now. So it'll be a disclosure of truths. So we're going through a revolution of truth. That's the revolution that we're going through. So I believe that that's definitely right now. We'll be seeing a lot of different things, and then it'll be different. It'll be linked to to governments, to banks, to just different institutions that have done. They have done different things for different reasons. We wouldn't have the economical system that we have today, but at the end, it is very corrupted. So I feel that it's time for the world to to know the truth, so that we can move forward with a more transparent system, with blockchain and a system for that's transparent for elections and just for everything. So that's my prediction for 2023.
Well, thank you, and I put it in my notes here, so it'll be interesting. I hope you come back for next year's show, so we can see whether it's a hit or a miss.
Yeah, there's a lot of things like I can share. I want to share more stuff with you for sure, and other shows that I can share about.
We'll be back next Saturday, so you're welcome to come back.
I'll be but definitely when I come back from Mexico, I definitely will.
Awesome.
We'll go back in your show and share more about the Council of Light, and share more about the cycle of reincarnation and the different dimensions, and then just a lot of different stuff like that. So awesome, perfect. All right, Raphael, I need to run to the next person, but thank you for coming and sharing with us. We appreciate you, and I'm glad we finally got it to work. I know. I'm so sorry we couldn't figure it out.
That's
we got
okay.
a new laptop and we were having problems. So.
That's okay.
Okay.
All right, take care and Happy New Year.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Thank you so much. Take care.
You too. All right, so before I get to the next person, I want to give a thank you first to Susan Leeser. Thank you so much for that super thanks. We really appreciate you, Susan. And to Beth, thank you. Beth Rudy, thank you so much for that super thanks. We also appreciate you. Thank you. And it says you are amazing, so thank you for that, Beth. All right, now next is Raphael Garcia. And I was starting to wonder if that was the same Raphael or not. Like maybe he had to log in with two different ones, but I don't think so. We'll see who this is. It says joining. So I've got some new music tonight. I've mostly been playing jazz in the background, but this is something a little bit different. I thought it would be cool to kind of mix some more songs. I've got a new toy here which I can load my songs into, and I need to get like maybe a sound like whenever somebody gives us a super thanks, like a special sound, like ta-da, or something like that, right? I gotta look for something. Or just some kind of thank you. A thank you sound, exactly. And I'm not sure what's going on with Raphael. I'll give him another 30 seconds, and then if I do, if you're not able to get it, I'll just put you back into the waiting room, Raphael. I'm not kicking you out. I'll just put you back, and then you can get back in. That way that, you know, maybe something slow on your end. So I'm just going to do that now, actually. I'm going to say put in waiting room, so you're still there. And we're going to try Zoom user and see how that works out. If that's going to work. All right, we hear you. Zoom user.
Hello, it's Merlin.
Oh, hey, Merlin. I've never seen you show up as Zoom user.
Yeah, I got a new phone.
Good for you. Hey, Merlin, thank you for that super thanks. That's really, really kind of you.
For sure. Let's see here. Yeah, hit OK. And camera.
There you are.
That should... Oh, yeah, there we are. Okay.
All right. You know what's interesting is your new phone, you have better audio.
Well, yes, I should for iPhone 14.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so I should be the best audio, I guess.
It sounds really good. That's great. Usually sometimes I'm kind of a little bit struggling to hear you, but you're nice and clear today.
Yeah, well, it's the phone. I mean, it's really good, I guess. The other one wasn't as expensive, but it was similar. It seemed like to me, it just costs like, I don't know, $1,000 less.
Yeah. Do you have your own prediction for 2023 that you can share with us?
I will say next year is a number of completion for everybody. It's very important. It carries the vibration of 7, which is a number of completion. Especially like that's why God created the finished creating the earth, right, in 7 days, because it's supposed to number of completion. And it's going to be very important, I feel like, to everyone. I mean, some people may get divorced, some people may get married, you know, stuff like that. Or you may be going through a hard time. And if you are, it's possible, because this is a very significant number, it's possible that whatever your problems were, they will come to an end. And I think whatever's going on now globally, I think the matrix is broken, but whatever it is, if it's going to fix itself, this is the year it will.
That's interesting. How do you come up with the number 7?
Well, you take 2023, and what you do is you add all the digits up together. But if it's a 0, it has no numerical value in numerology. So it carries the vibration of 7 of complete for everybody.
Yeah, that totally makes sense now. Have you been using your spirit box lately?
Well, I've been playing. Well, not really. I've been playing with the app, the Necrophonic app, just to see the validity of it. It works somehow. I don't know, but it's not like the radio box I got. Those it's like way different, but it's weird. It does. They can respond, but at the same time, it makes sense because you know they're basically electromagnetic anyway as a spirit. So I guess they can manipulate it somehow, but I don't know how they would know the know-how of which circuit to or whatever, however it works, to press. It's weird.
So I was trying to decide, how can I put down a prediction? I mean, you kind of said everything's coming to a completion.
Oh yeah.
But do you have anything a little more specific that you can give us for 2023?
Well, according to I think Nostradamus this year, there's supposed to be a death of a great dictator. I don't think that's happened yet. So 23, whatever is supposed to happen, with Nostradamus' prediction there, it didn't. I mean, I guess we still got time for one dictator to croak, I guess, but you said something specific.
I mean, death of a dictator is, a little, that works.
That's Nostradamus for the prediction of 2022. We're about to leave. Yeah, we're about to leave out of that.
Right.
So I was just saying he was kind of wrong there,
Right.
But like I said, like remember when I said that no psychic, even the best one, will ever be 100% accurate.
Right.
It's impossible.
Right.
It's not going to happen.
Right. So do you have it? Is there anything I can put down in the notes here that you can give us?
Okay.
Even your own personal one, like.
Well, let me close my eyes and see what image comes to my mind. And see what will go.
It could be something. It's even like McDonald's is going to have a new burger.
All right, we'll see if I can see the first image I see in my mind. I'll tell you. So I'm trying to, the technique, remote viewing. It's sort of like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to see. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like, the Eye of Sauron or whatever in Lord of the Rings.
Right.
That's what I got. So I feel like somebody that's evil, that's got a lot of power right now. I think their time's coming to an end for sure. Because the Eye of Sauron says, okay, so who's the one orchestrating the strings behind the scene? Whoever it is. I think this is a year of completion, like I said, and their karma is going to catch up with them for sure.
All right, so I'm going to put it. Some evil person is going to lose their power.
A powerful evil person, yes.
Okay, powerful evil person.
Well, yeah, at least
will lose power. It'll be interesting. It's a little bit ambiguous, but we'll see next year this time. Maybe somebody will.
I'm thinking about like Nostradamus dictator for sure, because I saw the Eye of Sauron, like in my mind.
Right.
So that's telling me that, like I said, it's coming to a head. So
right.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
All righty.
You got anything else you want to share with us?
Let me think.
Are you still doing the Discord readings?
Oh, I haven't in a long time. I've been so busy. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. See, what do I have? Well, I noticed that sometimes, like the Mandela effect. Well, yeah. I feel like the more we see that, the more the Mandela effect is recognized. I think that could be an indicator of, like, if we are in a simulation, things are being changed, because that's what it creates, a different branch of reality in everyone's consciousness. And I saw several, I think, actors and actresses that I thought were dead. I knew for sure. Like one time when I was a kid, right, I was watching Gilligan's Island, and I had the biggest crush on Marianne or whatever, and the other girl too, right?
Ginger.
Yeah, and I was told that Ginger or died from cancer from smoking too much cigarettes. That's what I was told, and it's not the case no more. She died in 2021, I believe. Ginger, not Ginger. No, she's still alive. The other girl, Marianne, she died, and I thought they were pretty much both dead. So that's the Mandela effect. I think that's pretty major.
That's interesting.
Do you remember the same thing? Is it?
I don't. It's been so many celebrity deaths recently. It's hard to kind of keep up.
Oh, look, this is like knowledge when I was a kid, that I was told this, that she died. Yeah, I remember my grandfather saying it, because I was a big fan of Gilligan's Island and the Skipper too, of course.
Right.
But yeah, so it's changed. And there was another actress, I can't think of a name, but again, like, these people keep getting, like, one time they thought Muhammad Ali died in 2009, but then he died in 2013. And there's this one radio guy covering it. He said he's blaming it all on CERN, right? He was like, look what the hell they're doing. They killed Muhammad Ali twice. They're sick. It was hilarious to me, because it's like, wow, yeah. I don't know what's going on, but whatever it is,
well, maybe more and more people are coming forth in their NDEs and talking about that this is all a simulation. So maybe,
yeah,
there's more glitches happening.
Oh yeah, and that's like the Matrix movie. You gave it away with a cat. You see the cat repeat twice going down the So it's like that.
Mhm.
I think it's manipulation of, if we are simulation, code.
Yeah.
Or-
There was
That's all I got.
um before you go, there was somewhere I was watching just recently, and they were saying that they can actually enter computer code into DNA, ones and
Oh yeah,
zeros.
yeah.
So
You can program it into it. Yeah, that's what I read too. Oh, did you get that article I sent you about how they're able to skirt the lines between messing with the waves and particles. Like they have a way of detecting of data, or another way of seeing objects without interfering with the slit experiment. Like one comes out that, and if you look at it, it comes out that way. It's a wave until you look at it, and then it becomes a
right.
you know. So it's like that. So I sent it through your messenger. I think you might find that
I
very
think I
interesting.
saw that.
Oh yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
What they're doing.
Right. All right, Merlin. Well, thank you again for
Happy New
everything.
Year's.
Thank you.
Happy
Happy
New
New
Year.
Year's. God bless you. Take care.
And everybody, Happy New Year's, everybody.
All right. Take care.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. All right. Mr. Kings is here. Do we have another one that we have to thank somebody? Oh, yeah. Typo. We want to say thank you to Typo. Typo, thank you so much for that super thanks. We really appreciate you. We really, really do. And Antoinetta Dimano, thank you as well for that super thanks. We really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, let's bring in Leslie. And see what Leslie's got for us today. All right, so we've got 4 predictions so far. There's 241 of you in here. I mean, you can just, I don't know if you want to chat it. I mean, I guess I don't know if I have time to read it in the chat. If you want to, give us your I don't remember. Here he comes. Up. He was there. Let's see if he's coming back. Hello, Leslie. Hello. How are you?
I'm very, very, very happy.
Thank you for joining us. How are you today, sir? Hope you had a great Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yes, sir. Yes, was yesterday, even my son's birthday. So
awesome.
This December is full of rejoice special today now.
How old is your son?
It's now he's 16 for close that he completed the 16 and start walking step by step to the 17.
That's awesome.
He's amazing.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Every day we hug each other, really, and just I love you. I have never had such love story. Even hopefully my wife not jealous, but we really love each other.
That's great.
But I said to him, for the Lord give you my heart, you can love your son, but not more than me.
Yes.
And never forget this. But today I don't want to talk for last time. I just counted, maybe it was 30 minutes. I take your timing. I like to just keep going, with music and also I did my homework.
All right. You have a song. You're going to channel a song for us today?
Definitely.
Awesome. All right. Last time we couldn't get your second keyboard up.
Oh,
you want to try that again today?
I called to the Apple and I said, what's going on? And they have something. So let us see. I'm coming.
While you're getting it up, do you have a prediction for 2023?
I think so. We can share. Yes. Oh, okay. It's coming. Okay. Start my video.
So,
wow.
All right, there you are.
And no anymore. Quack, 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 quack,
Everything's
quack,
working.
quack, 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 quack.
Perfect.
Now, number one, often have a little quiz, but very nice quiz for the audience, for the very active chatting. And today is the end of the last day, so let also some little challenge. I will sing English, not Hungarian. For somebody discovered I'm probably Hungarian.
Mm-hmm.
I am Hungarian origin. But I will sing some different language, other language.
Wow, can you sing in a language that's from another dimension?
Oh, Jeff, you are the winner. I channeling exact this.
That would be interesting.
I will sing and speak in a new tongue. So that was the homework for which language,
Oh, it's going to be amazing.
But if somebody understands anything, like Italian or a little bit French or a little bit Hebrew, whatever, please write in the chat for, you sang or you talk about this in your other language. For I cannot speak other language, just Hungarian, little bit English. I practice in the JeffMara podcasting. It's good practice for English.
So,
and a little.
I was going to say, so instead of speaking in tongues, you're going to be singing in tongues.
Speaking and probably singing also.
Right,
and
cool.
there is channeling. So that means once again online.
Cool.
But when we talk about prediction, I like to go back a little bit to the Bible, a little bit.
Okay.
Or I change the word to prophesize, prophetic word, not too far about. And I share some surprise. For a prophetic word is definitely not talking about a future. It's talking what already happened. Wow, I repeat, not a future sharing, but in God, everything is already done. It's finished. So when we prophesy basically what is going on in our life. So often I said, let us see what was. So the whole thing, say 2023 also in God is really bye-bye, it was.
It was.
So very wonderful to hear what was in 2023, if it's come from God's idea.
Right. So can you give me something to put down in my notes here? So when we come back next year, we have this prophecy.
As we channeling. So when I singing, when I playing, in this moment I share. So now I have as a channel, I don't know. But one Bible verse just for what I'm talking. 1 Corinthians letter 14. 1 Corinthians 14, verse 3, just one verse. But the one who prophesies speaks to people like you for the strengthening, encouraging, and comfort. So once again, but the one who prophesies speaks to people for the strengthening, encouraging, and comfort. And today, I have two people for I do this. One of the name is Jeff. And the second is Mara.
Thank you.
And I will speak once again what is in the Bible principles, the strengthening, encouraging, and comfort. But finish the preaching, So let's be, it's amazing. For reading the last few days, I get 3 inspiration for write down, but same Bible verse. And the same Bible verse about speak about light is a prediction, is a prophetic word. and from who is God. For this is what the word says, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. Very simple prediction. So let's just first listen to joyfully part, and after coming the channeling. The
Right.
two short is very joyfully, and I just singing a cappella.
All right.
Azt mondja, hogy I'm not so very good in logos. Logos is what is already written, what I basically just trying give for you after when written. The rhema is when you are alive, you share channeling, but this is logos. Okay, so okay. And God said, let there be light. And there was light, and there was light. And God said, let there be light. And there was light, and there was light. No, one more. And God said, let there be light. And there was light, and there was light. And last, and God said, let there be light. And there was light, and there was light. Number one, lead a song, anybody can sing, especially wash, when you wash your body, many wonderful Dalam coming. Dalam means music song. Now, next, this is also joyfully for end of this year. Okay. Oh, no, this one. Oh, so, okay. I wrote down, I will send for you. Otherwise, I never know what I'm doing. Let there be light, and there was light. Let there be light, and there was light. Let there be light, and God said, let there be light, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. One more. Let there be light, and there was light. Let there be light, and there was light. Let there be light, and God said, let there be light, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. So God give for us a prediction. If somebody have very dark situation, don't be discouraged about when have darkness, formless. Well, this is what God's creation from beginning. But he says, predict, let there be light, and immediately he said, and there was light. There be light, and there was light. Let there be light, and there was light. Let there be light, and there was light. Let there be light, and there was light. Yes, Lord, let there be light, and there was light. 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 Ora mama masce de bevi olo moderas, Ora bamalander viana glenderos. O bramandeiras and junores. O pramande glendores. Cora babandel en vianar. O pramanenderas en eneras amander. O ramande. Samba de bella ne mendionar. Ora mandel vidiamanderos. Ora manegeleros sapla manerlan. La manegellon. Como bamba de levia. Lesias legrento. Samervia odor. Sabaplander vidiar. So Jeff, the Lord give you my heart. You really the man of order. You like the show is go exact how you like to go with me. For this show is not your show, you know of it. This show is my show about me. And be ready. And don't worry when have darkness and when just no order and you was feel frustrated a situation. But I am there and you can sing and you can say. It's a simple few words in the situation. Let there be light. And there was light, and you will experience let it be light, and there was light. And everybody who is listening now, if you have darkness, you have a situation, just sing, continue. Lord, it's really difficult, but let there be light. And I'd like to say just a few words for Mara. The love of what I give your heart towards Jeff is the most important for him in any situation, for you really helping for him in any situation. And I see your love in a situation, how you comfort him. It's me. It's me. I give you your heart and just keep. I love him so much, for he really need. But the show must go. The show must go. A show must go for all the world. For let there be light. 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 And there was light, yes, Lord. Let there be light. Let there be light. Let there be light. And there was light. Let there be light. And there was light.
All right, Leslie, thank you for that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That language kind of sounded a little bit somewhere, a little bit Latin, maybe a little bit, traditional Latin. Then I kind of felt a little bit Spanish. I'm not sure. What did you feel singing that?
When I channeling, how you call, when I singing in spirit, it's very interesting. For time to time, it always changes. But exact what you said, something Mediterranean, Latin or Spanish or Italians, but sometimes not now, but sometimes is French. It's very not today. Sometimes Hebrew, and sometimes even India, something, it's a God's language. The Bible talk about this also. So if somebody just go back to the 1 Corinthians letter, chapter 14, on verse 1 to 5, is talk about both two things, about the prophesies and also about the other language. What people don't know, for many denomination, church people, fighting about these things. But Jesus said, for those who believe, speaking tongues. And many people don't read this. They're reading about Paul and others, But Jesus said in Mark Evangelium, chapter 16 and verse 15, 16, 17, about for those who believe also, not just cast demons or healing the sick, but speaking tongues. So I encourage many people for receive this gift from the Holy Spirit. I receive myself like a fire is just burned in me, and suddenly, bam, I just cannot shoot me. And I'm really very happy to sing or speak. And when I honestly prophesy also one-to-one for people, and I was very happy for a few encouraging words for you and Mara.
That's great.
So
Now,
Happy New Year.
Well,
Yes.
Happy New Year. And if people want to see more of your music, they can see it on your own channel, right? Leslie King's on YouTube.
I like to share middle good news and then good news. The middle good news for this music, as I shared for you before, I never played. So but if somebody go to the Leslie King's, it's King, not King, King's, Leslie King's YouTube, they can find JeffMara Podcast. And every recording, just on my part, it can hear this channeling song. Just visit one day. And
there you go.
And other good news, next week, I know you don't promote or, it's not the announcement, but if you ask next week, exact same time, not Saturday evening when you have podcast for it, but Friday evening, 8 o'clock, I be in online and I start my ministry in a new year, new ministry, a channeling, playing music, prophesize, exact same setup for music with chat and live streaming through YouTube.
That's awesome.
Say welcome. Yeah.
That's great. So if you want to see Leslie's live stream, it will be next Friday night. And Leslie, I wish you a massive success with it, and I hope you have an amazing 2023.
Thank you, sir.
All right, brother.
God bless you.
Take care. God bless you. Cheers. All right, so that's pretty cool. He's going to start like his own live stream. I think that's great. And so where are we now? Let's put on some music. Is it playing? Let's see. I think it's coming on. All right, so we've got some predictions. We've got a little bit of time left. If you want to jump in and give a prediction, there's still time. There's time for that. And so if you are new here, in the bottom of the video, underneath the video, there is, where is it? I guess I wish I could see my own. Maybe I have to look over here to tell you. So underneath the video, you are going to see, you're going to see the link to Discord. So if you want to get into Discord, Discord is free to join. You go there, you get your free account. And then you click on my link there, and then that will get you to my servers, kind of like my chat rooms. But not only can you type chat, you can video chat and you can audio chat. Also, there is a link to my personal Facebook page. You're welcome to friend me. My last name is Reynolds. My last name isn't Mara. Mara is my dear wife. So for those of you who are kind of confused, that's the name. The podcast is named after both of us. and she's the very important unseen part of the podcast, basically. There's also a link to the JeffMara Facebook page. There is a link to the what else is down there? I can't see it. It's not in front of me. But there's also a link to our Indie Eclipse channel. So we have a YouTube channel that's Indie Eclipse. It's just like I cut out just the NDEs of the guests actually giving us their NDE. There's really no intro and there's no question. So if you just, want to have just you just only have time like 5 to 15 minutes. You only have a little bit of time to, listen to their NDE, then that may be for you. And I think there's also a link to we have a music channel. I've kind of dabbled in music over the years, and I used to be a music producer of Latin music, and so that is there. But the Latin music's not there. I produced another artist. Anyway, some of our music is there, and I'm just kind of getting the channel started because at some point I want to make meditation music and maybe binaural beat music and maybe chakra music and stuff like that. So I'm just kind of getting it ready, and I'm just kind of waiting until I finally get into a more stable place. I'm in a transitional place right now. I also want to say thank you here to Logan Harrison for that super thanks. Thank you very much for that, Logan. And I want to say thank you to Shira, if she's here, Shira Suzanne. She sent me this really cute, like a Christmas ornament Christmas card. And it's got like one of her little snowmen on there, snowy, and you can hang it up on the Christmas tree. So thank you very much for that, Shira. We appreciate that. And the nice card. Thank you very much. And we have someone waiting to get in. So maybe we're going to have two people. All right. Maybe we're going to have some more predictions here. iPad. Who is iPad? We're about to find out.
Hey, Jeff. It's
Hello.
Leonard.
Oh, hi, Leonard.
Hi. I don't know why it did that.
That's okay. You got a prediction this year for 2023, Leonard?
I don't have a prediction.
You don't?
No.
You can't predict?
I have no idea what's coming.
No idea.
No.
Use your imagination. Close your eyes and just see the number 2023, and then what's the first image you get?
I want the war to end.
All right, we'll put the war to end. That's a great one. How about that?
That would be great.
War will end. Hopefully Ukraine and Armenia as well.
Yeah, well, I didn't even know there was a war in Armenia.
It was before Ukraine's. I'll put down wars. Wars will end in Ukraine and Armenia. I'll put that in my notes.
That would be fantastic.
All right, good. So that was your prediction. What do you have to share with us?
Well, I've been thinking about sharing 2 spiritual experiences I had, one night after the other, and they were related. So the first night, as I was lying down to sleep, I often do this where I practice surrender.
Yeah,
like we've talked.
Yeah, great idea.
Yeah, it's a good time to do it because you don't need to do anything, and the worst that can happen is you fall asleep.
Yeah.
And so I was practicing that, and I started being moved to surrender even better, more and more and more. And then I was shown something that I had been asking about, I had been wondering about. I was shown how reincarnation works. And I was told that basically it works the same as when you came into this world. You just get born in the world, and then you die and you leave, and then you come back. And I was shown a bunch of images of people that I could be reincarnated as, or could have been reincarnated as. Not that necessarily really happened, but just examples. And there were lots of different men, and some taller, shorter, darker, lighter. And it was all me in different bodies. And the last one is the one I remember best because it was the one that looked the most like me. And it was this tall guy with a cowboy hat. And they all had different hats, like it was symbolizing their role in life or something. And I looked at him and I thought, this guy, he feels a lot like me looking at him, but he's probably like more outgoing. You know, he's from the South. He's a big redneck looking guy. And I thought, what if he has a racist environment? Like, would I end up a racist? And I looked at it and I thought about it. And I thought, no, because what I realized is what gets reincarnated is your values, or that's who we are in reality, is our values. Oh, and something I forgot about is part of how I experienced this is I was experiencing my ego dissolving, not 100%, but what I got was that like a really good actor who can just let go of their personality and just be somebody else. That's essentially what's happening to you when you reincarnate. It's still you. It's just outwardly, it looks like somebody else. And you will tend to return to whatever your values are. Of course, you could change your values, but that's what you'll tend to come back to.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then the next night, it happened again. And it was even stronger, this being moved to surrender. And so it was like the first night was a practice, and the second, or the first stage, and the second night was even stronger. And it was like, I felt like it was like walking a tightrope, because on the one hand, I'm surrendering and just letting this happen, but on the other hand, my mind is getting very excited about it. So I have to like be calm, but not so calm that I let my mind go wild. So there was this funny in-between space, and I just let it happen. And I was told, basically I was going to be shown what it means to be the prophet. And I was really surprised. And I asked the prophet, like not even a prophet, the prophet. And I got, yeah, that's right. So I just let it go. And what I experienced was I saw like the world as a bubble. And I and anybody, that we're like personalities at the edge of that bubble. We're like doors at the edge of that bubble. And my personality, the more I was going through the surrender, my personality was becoming more and more permeable and kind of spreading out around that door or window shaped like myself. And on the outside of that bubble is God's will, and the inside is our will. We were talking about this in chat, actually. Katerina was saying something about her will. So on the inside of that bubble is our will, but on the outside is God's will. And as my personality became more and more permeable and opened up, the will of God came rushing in through that hole. And the will of God was pure love. It was purely, it wasn't in any way judging or controlling. It was just like taking advantage of the moment to give everything possible to us. And I was watching and saying, wow, this is really cool. And then I realized, oh, this is really happening. This isn't just a show. I'm experiencing this, and God's grace is coming through at us. And so I just let it continue for like maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, hard to know how long. And I felt like this is like the best job in the world, because I get to be completely lazy and just let this thing happen. But it's like the highest calling, the highest thing you could do. And And then it went for a little bit until it was like I was taxed. I mentioned before, in my experience, if you have something like this happen for very long, you will separate. And I don't just mean like an out of body, I mean like you'll die from it. So I experienced it a little and then it stopped. But I felt like it's a good story to share because it showed me something about basically what I experienced is we are the gods in this world.
Mm-hmm.
And only when we completely surrender our will the big God come in and do something. Even if we want God to do something, if we can't let go of our desire or our will, God just won't come in. That's just the way it's designed.
Well, I think that quite a few of my guests would say that we are much more powerful than we realize. So I think that's kind of the same thing that you're saying in a way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Leonard, thank you for sharing that with us. Thank you for joining us. You have an amazing new year, amazing 2023, and we will see you next year.
Yep. Happy New Year. And,
thank you.
Maybe
Happy
the
New
wars
Year.
will stop.
Yes, yes. All right, take care.
Okay, good night.
Cheers. I know, Merlin, thank you so much for that. You don't have to do that. Thank you. I mean, you already did so much. You already did enough the first time. So thank you again, Merlin. Wow, we really appreciate that. What? Thank you so much. I think someone else made it. Merlin twice? I thought someone else right before. Oh no, I got Logan. Okay. All right, Merlin. Thank you, Merlin. Let's get Janet in. Oh, there you are.
Oh, wait, I gotta take. There you go.
Hey, Janet, I haven't seen you in a long time. How have you been?
Good. It's probably, I think it's been a year. So I was on last year because I had a thing about 2023,
Mm-hmm.
and you said, come on next year. It's like that, you know.
Was one of mine? Were you here in the beginning? Because I was reading off the predictions from last year. Did you predict last year for this year?
No,
I don't remember
I
seeing you because I remember I reviewed that video today and I don't remember seeing you in that video. So I don't think you were.
Well, I think I was.
On that, I don't know.
I thought I was, but you said, oh, that's for 2023. Come back next year. And I said, oh, okay. At least I think I was. Maybe in another dimension,
maybe it's the Mandela effect.
I remember being there, but maybe in the one you reviewed, I wasn't.
It may have been in another video because I remember at least we had a prediction show and I didn't review anymore, but it comes back to me now that maybe like the next week or the week after that, someone said something and I said, oh, that can be your, you know what I mean? Like you still made the prediction. Do you remember what your prediction was for 2022?
I didn't have one.
You didn't have it. Do you have one for 2023?
Okay, so I'll tell you what I told you a year ago.
Okay.
Roughly in another dimension.
All right.
So I was meditating, and this was in could have been early 2021. I think it was. That was like in January something, because it was right before my dad died and I had that shared death experience with him. And yeah, so I was meditating and I was in really deep, and every once in a while when I'm meditating and I'm just like really deep, a lot of times if I actually get up earlier in the morning, like 5 or 6 or 4 or whatever, and I sit by myself, but usually it's later in the morning. But I sometimes I'll just really get like audible information, or sometimes like a flash of I'll see something. And this time, anyway, I saw, I was at home where I grew up in Oregon, Eastern Oregon, and that which my parents sold. And anyway, we don't own that anymore. And I was at the end of the hall and walking down the hall. My current husband came, he walked up to me and he smiled and then immediately stepped left into one of the bedrooms, and it was lit up in the bedroom, and he stepped left. And it was so visual. He just walked up and then like exited to the side. And I immediately, I mean, you know, when it's like something shocking, when you are so deep, like you're in theta. I mean, you're not just hanging out in lovely alpha, you're like way deep. And all of a sudden I saw that it was so clear, and I went like, what was that? I was really shocking. Anyway, so the next, a night or two later, I went to bed and I was really confused, like, what the heck did that mean? And so I was going to sleep asking, what did that mean? What did that mean? And it was either that next morning or a couple days later. It was soon after, because I was really pondering it. And I was sleeping, and in this same kind of feel of the dream, it was kind of gray and hazy. So, but the room was bright that he walked into. Anyway, I'm in this gray, hazy kind of space, room or whatever. And over to the left, there's two people talking. One has shorter dark hair, and one had kind of gray or white long hair, and she had a dress on. And the other one, I think, was a woman or female too, and she had shorts, and I mean, not shorts, she had pants and a shirt on, but they were both dressed in white. And they were standing there and they were talking, and they were conferring with each other, and they were talking to me, and I was walking backwards away from them, and they were telling me, remember, they were saying, remember the heart-centered contract. Remember that heart-centered contract. And I'm like, okay. And then I leaned again and I said, now, when is this going to happen? And they said 2/2/23. And I immediately opened my eyes. I was sleeping, and I immediately went from dreaming or whatever that was into sleeping. It's like I was boom back in my body, and I opened my eyes. My husband's on his phone, over there, and it's morning, and 7 o'clock in the morning or something. And I said 2/2/23, and he looks at me, and I said 2/2/23. It's something to do with that 2/2/23 has something to do with a heart center contract and with that thing I saw about you. And I'm not sure all what it was. Later, several months later, that was like in January, probably wasn't February. I think it was in January. Anyway, in about August, I did a, what do you call it? Past life regression with a guy who's just a really very skilled guy, Peter, somebody. He's really good. And I was super deep, and it was through Zoom that he was doing it. And we were, because this is in August 21, and he lives somewhere else. So we were doing this, and he was just taking me deep, and I was so deep, I could hardly speak. I was so deep. And that question was one of the questions that I had that he would ask me about, of what was this 2/2/23 in this contract. And my higher self that was speaking through me, or a guide or something like that, I can't remember exactly, I think it was a guide, said that there was something significant that was going to happen on 2/2/23, and but I couldn't talk about it. And it wasn't just about me and my husband, it was global.
Well,
and it didn't seem necessarily great, but that we needed to remember a heart-centered contract. And I'm still not sure what that means.
All right. I put in my notes, heart-centered contract 2/2/23.
Something big, right? Something big.
Something.
It's something big, and it's not just about me and my husband. It's something
global.
All I know is that he was walking to me, and he exited and smiled and just stepped left into the light, and I was left in the hall, and then I woke up. So that is all I know, whatever it is, and it may mean nothing. I'm not sure, but that's what I have to say.
Hey, I appreciate you coming and sharing that,
Whatever
I'll be curious. I'll probably even be on that day wondering what's going to happen. I might be watching the news that day looking for something big.
Well,
It
there's
sounds
a lot
like
of big
it's
things that don't get on the news, as we've been talking about in certain
right.
wars. Lots of big
Well,
things.
it sounds like it's going to be a positive thing since your husband was smiling about it.
I don't know.
Unless you know your husband better than all of us, unless he smiles
Well,
about bad things
I
too.
don't know. All I know is he exited to the light.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound good either.
I know. That's why I was so shocked about it. It's like, what the hell? Like, yeah, or what the heaven? Whatever. What the heck does that mean? And I still don't. I'm still not sure. And maybe I need to ponder and meditate more on that again, since we're actually coming up to it. But I'm thinking about it all the time.
Wow.
It's not. It's been in my thoughts a lot since then.
Well,
Anyway.
it's not even, I think it's 5 weeks away.
Oh, I'm a little nervous.
So
I
since
am.
for
I'm
2
nervous.
years
It's
you've been
like, well,
thinking
what is
about
this?
this. Now it's
I
only 5
have.
weeks away.
I know.
It's kind of like 2012 all over again. Remember that in December of 2012 things were going to end in the world?
Well, and actually things did shift, and we entered into a new time thing, from the middle of a new epic is supposed to be happening, and then there's supposed to be certain number of years on either side. That's the transition thing. And it was supposed to be 2030 is the transition point. And so 2012 made it 18 years before and 18 years after, or the transition period. I don't know. I heard that somewhere. So
Interesting.
anyway, that's all I have to say. It's
Well,
good to
Janet,
talk to you.
Thank you. Nice seeing you again. Thank you for sharing. I wish you an amazing 2023. And
too.
don't wait another year to come back.
I know. I just haven't had any. It's been a really effing hard year. And so I've had a lot of growth.
Good for you.
Growth under duress. but I haven't really had a lot of, well, I did have a couple of other spiritual things that happened. And one, and same kind of meditation thing. And I was really pondering a hard situation, and with my daughter and both my daughters, they're grown and grandchildren and stuff. It was all really, really hard. And I mean, I just hear these things, these sentences, and like they said, invoke the contract. And I'm like, invoke the contract? What does that mean? And another one was, why are you suffering? And another one was, what are you waiting for? And so those are really kind of, especially these last two, are really deep things. Why are you suffering? And what are you waiting for?
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, those are deep things. But anyhow, other than that, it's just been a lot of therapy. So anyway, thank you for all you do. And I'm glad things have gotten really good for you on the channel, and even more. And yeah, all that good stuff. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. All right. You take care.
Thanks. Bye.
All right. So 2022 to 23. I wonder, are you guys going to put that in your calendar? I've got it in my notes. That'll be interesting. We may even have to talk about that right after 2/2/23. Let's look. What is my calendar? What day is 2/2/23? What is that day? 2/2/23 is a Thursday. It's actually Groundhog Day. But I think it should be much more important than Groundhog Day. I wish I would have looked on my calendar right before that. And my wife said, my wish for 2023 is peace in my country, Armenia, in Ukraine, and I wish peace to the entire world. Happy New Year. I love you all. Ara for that. Neil, are you there? Can't hear you. I have to get up my notes again. Let's see. Maybe we either have to show this one, waiting for audio to sync, or your audio is not working. Either way, I can't hear you yet. Which is okay. You'll eventually kind of sort it out, I think. Now this music I chose for this one, I think that I have the jazz music as the background music, but this kind of reminds me of the show Stranger Things. What do you think about this? This kind of, this kind of music. I really like it. I think it's appropriate for what we do here. If you can hear it. Unfortunately, it's hard for me to mix in because I have the music in one ear and then you guys in the other ear, and then I don't get them both in both ears. Maybe I might have to put like some little speakers on my desk or something to kind of play with that. All right, Neil. Let's see. I can't hear you. Maybe if Penny's there, we should just put one that just says, I can't hear you. Thank you, Karen. Reminds me of space travel. What's pretty cool is YouTube makes available for you all types of music. I'll say, okay. Oh, shoot, wrong mouse. Oh, okay. He's gonna leave and come back. I can see that, Jeff, you're going to have a very deep experience coming up in 2023, close to mid-year, like May or June. Pay attention, it'll be a game changer. Should I put that down as... I'll put that down in my predictions. Keith says, I will have a deep experience in May or June. A game changer. All right, I got that, Keith. Okay, let's see if we do that. See if we can put him back in. Hopefully it'll work this time. Hello, Denakar. Play some binaural beats. That would be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. I'm using YouTube music right now. That would be pretty cool. I'm thinking about making my own binaural beats. But then, what happens if I put you in a brainwave state that makes it, dangerous for you to operate a vehicle or or anything, heavy equipment. So I don't know about that.
Can you hear me now?
No, I got you. You're here.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
All right, cool. You've been on before. You've been on before, haven't you?
No.
Oh, you haven't? Oh, you look familiar.
That's because we all have a twin, remember?
We all have a twin. Where are you from?
You answered
where are you zooming from?
I'm actually in New York City.
New York City. All right. I mean, in like Queens, Manhattan,
I'm
Brooklyn.
In Queens.
Queens.
I'm actually from India because you talked about you haven't had many Indian guests.
Yes, that's cool. Thank you. That's
Before.
awesome. All right, cool.
Question before I start. Do you mind if I smoke?
Why would I mind? I'm not in the same room with you.
I know. I'm just asking. I like to smoke and have cognac in the evenings. So I just want to say I've really enjoyed your shows.
Thank you.
Tremendously, Jeff. You have helped me spiritually. I have watched your shows every day, regularly.
Wow. Thank you.
Without a break since, I would say February this year, maybe end of January.
So about for a whole year.
Yeah. And so to start off with, I would like to say, and I have notes that I want to talk to because I'm extremely organized because I'm a project manager and we work by project plans. So.
Right. Let me get a little of your background before you start, because even though you're Indian, would you consider yourself Hindu or just spiritual or atheist or Christian?
So I was born in Bombay. eons ago. I moved to the US when I was 18. I actually went to University of Texas at Austin.
Oh, wow. Just up the street from me.
Yeah. And then I went to University of North Texas in Denton.
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved to New York to start my career.
Cool.
This was I won't reveal it, but I'm 53 going on 35. And most people I don't look my age.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to my parents' genetics. But to start off with, when I just want to say, when I was a kid, I was very psychic. I used to know when people would die. Like I'm talking, I don't know, 8 years old, 10 years old, 11, 12, around then. Like I saw my best friend's dad was going to die. I didn't know the date, but I knew he was going to die, and he died. I saw my sixth grade, I think, geography teacher die. She got cancer, then she died. Another teacher, 2 years later, I don't remember exactly, right? It's been a long time. I saw her die, and she died.
Let me stop you for 1 second. How do you think you got this ability?
I don't know, because I didn't have anybody to ask at that point, right, Jeff?
Did you have an NDE as a kid,
No,
possibly?
that's very possible. I know that. So I started speaking with psychics when I came to the United States, just for the heck of it, to like kind of investigate, like, okay, tell me what you think about me, right? I'm keeping an open mind. Tell me what you think about me. And one of them told me that you're one of God's favorites, and God has his favorites. He has thousands of them, but they're very few. And he will not let those people fall. Like he always comes through for those people. Amongst everybody else, he loves everybody, but he has his picks. Like, you are the chosen ones for whatever reason. Don't ask me why. I don't know. Maybe it's something I did in my past incarnation. Who knows, right? I don't know. And I've seen this favorite thing come to fruition several times in my life. Like, I was not supposed to be born. My mother was pregnant with me, and she had jaundice, which, can be a fatal disease. Luckily, I was born. The doctors expected her to die. I was born. And there's I can name numerous events where I used to ride motorcycles back in Austin, right? Race motorcycles. Several times I was this close to death, Jeff, right? Because cars don't see motorcycles, right? And within a millisecond, I'm like, out. Then the big event in my life was 9/11. I'm a 9/11 survivor.
Wow. Were you in the building?
I used to work in the building. 95th floor, Tower 1.
Wow. So
the night before 9/11, I was in the office till 9:30 at night. I was working in software development, just coding stuff. And the strange thing is, right, I got a message in my head. You need to go pick up a package in your Midtown Manhattan office. So I had ordered a package from Land's End clothing for my mom, who was here visiting me, that had been lying in the Manhattan Midtown office for a week, and I just hadn't picked it up. A message came into my head randomly. I didn't know. I was like, okay, I'll just go pick it up tomorrow morning. I had an 8:30 meeting the next morning, that was a Tuesday, with one of the executive VPs of Marsh McLennan, who occupied floors 95 through 98, I think. I don't remember. So I went to the Midtown office, picked up the package, took the New York subway train back to WTC on George Street. That was the station. I walk out. As I'm walking up the stairs, exiting the train station, there's everybody like screaming, like, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, right? The moment Jeff, the moment I walk up the stairs and my head turns up and I see plane number 2 hit.
Wow.
Next thing I know, because of the vibration, I'm on the floor. Everybody's on the floor. Luckily, I'm behind an ambulance. So all the debris misses my head. My pants are torn. My laptop bag is like there. Everybody's on the ground, right? And I was like, holy shit. And immediately I knew it was the Arabs. But that's not the true story. 9/11 was actually an inside job by the US government. Let's not even go there. I've done the investigation. Okay. All right. By very corrupt officials. I won't name their names. But so I started walking north. I see, and the plane engine on the ground, smoking in front of my eyes. I'm 10 feet away at the intersection of Church and Broadway. And I watched the buildings fall. I lost 6 people on my team. 6 people on my team. One of them was my good friend. She just had a baby, 1-year-old, sweet girl, another Indian girl, right? Really the sweetest person in the world. I was like, my gosh, I saw people jumping and I heard their bodies going boof on the floor. It was just a bad event. But the thing I want to say is I saw this event happening in advance, Jeff. A week or 2 weeks before 9/11. So there's a ferry boat that runs from Wall Street to New Jersey. I had a girlfriend in New Jersey at the time. So I used to take that boat to see her, right? And a week before, when I was on that boat, so it's a 2-story boat, I would get on the boat, get on the top, and just enjoy the Manhattan skyline, right? I mean, it's amazing at night, right? And I verbally spoke with my lips. I don't know if it was entities coming through me or whatever. I literally verbally spoke with my lips when I was staring at World Trade Center Towers 1 and 2. I physically spoke. These are going to fall very soon. Don't ask me how. And the interesting thing is there was another guy on my team who survived and actually had an intuition that this was going to happen.
Wow.
Like, yeah. So after that, I was in trauma for like a year, just because of like uncontrollable crying. Just, I'd be driving a car and the memory hits you. It's like,
yeah,
you're just like, why am I crying? Like, I'm not normally an emotional person, but tears just came from nowhere. I'm like, oh, it's the trauma, it's the stress, like that unconscious stuff,
Wow. I mean,
yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. I mean, that is an amazing account, a first, eyewitness account of happening.
Yeah. I'm actually I don't know if you know that there was a CBS documentary by 2 French tourist cameramen or whatever. They caught the whole thing, and that video is on YouTube. I'm on the video.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
they
pretty
actually
wild.
caught me saying something like, "Oh, did you see that? Oh, did you see that?" And back then I had a lot of hair, but so you know, you won't recognize me.
Do you ever sit and think about, why me? Why was I saved? Or why did I get that premonition? And if so, what have you come up
Well,
with?
I mean, as far as why I got that premonition, I don't have an answer, Jeff. As far as why I was saved, I just think God, source, has a greater purpose for me. That's all I can think of. And I've always wanted to help the poor. Like, I hate seeing poor people.
Yeah.
Right now I have 2 adopted boys. They're not my formal adopted boys, but they're 2 poor boys that I'm basically paying for all their expenses.
Wow. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And they're 2 American kids, but I don't like seeing poverty. Like, every day in the morning, I say to myself, in my world, I will not allow poverty or war. These are the 2 things I will not allow. I will do my part in this incarnation to make sure that I don't know, live according to the way the source wants. Right? Right. Yeah, it's costing me, it's financially, but when we die, Jeff, does it really matter how much money you have?
Nope.
No.
Not from what everybody else says. You don't even care about this life anymore. It's like, it's like finishing a game. You just played a game and you're back home.
Yeah, and that's what your show has taught me more and more and more. Like, when my parents died, so my dad had a stroke, then my mom had a stroke. We brought them to the US. We took care of them for 10 years. My brother and I did not have a social life, no dating, nothing for 10 years, Jeff. No travel, nothing. Okay? Right? We just took care of them. But the day they died, right? My maternal grandmother, whom I was her favorite grandson among 9 grandchildren, spoke to me. And when your relatives speak to you, it's like, when God is speaking to you, you know it's them, right? It's that, oh wait, it's grandma, wait. And she told me on both nights that they passed away. Dad is home, mom is home. That's what she said. And I did not mourn because I always knew as a young kid that, like, intuitively, like, we never die. And in fact, 20 years ago, I would have this conversation in my head. Like, imagine I'm having tea with God. Hey, God, let's have a cup of tea. Okay. Hey, God, look, a nuclear bomb went off and 1 million people died. And God says, no, they didn't. Do you know what death is? This is God talking to me. And I had this conversation in my head several times, Jeff. This is 20 years ago, 1998. And God's like, what is your problem? They are all here. So you need to readjust your thoughts, little boy. You don't know the truth. And I've always, so that's all. And that brings me back to one of the videos that you did with that Canadian psychic like 3 days ago.
Yes. With
that talked about, that talked about a nuclear bomb potentially going off by May next year. I mean, I've talked to my friends about this, and like one friend about this who's open, but he's not. He's still closed. But if that happens, I'd be happy, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's not good or bad, as we all know from the NDEs. There's no real good, there's no real bad. It just is, right? And I come from the Hindu tradition. It just is. Buddhism talks about the same thing too. It just is. Right. So I'd be like, okay, oh great, I get to see a nuclear bomb go off in my lifetime. Just like I enjoy watching hurricanes. I know they kill people, but it's Mother Nature.
Right. I mean,
nobody's dying.
Right. I mean, I'm not happy that a bomb would go off, but what I meant was that you could be, or anybody would be happy that they're back on the other side.
Exactly. Right. Be happy that they've gone into bliss. You're the one who's here stuck in the suffering. They get to enjoy immediate bliss. I actually asked Source 3 times. This was this past year in the spring, to actually take me away. And God talks to me, because I guess I'm one of his favorites. I always get an answer, and I know it's him. Because when God talks to you, Jeff, you know it's God. He makes sure you know it's him, right? And I asked 3 times, because 3 is a magic number, 369. And I got the answer, no, it's not your time.
Now, do you have a prediction that you can give us for 2023 that I can add to the list?
I think, Jeff, the astrology, because everything in this world runs off astrology. You know, in the markets, financial markets, right? JP Morgan used to say, billionaires make their decisions based on the stars. Millionaires make their decisions based on the charts. Everything is astrology. The astrology turns very positive in 2023 for humanity. And I don't know if you know, but we're moving into the age of Aquarius, which is all about humanity, community, technology, education, love. That age of Pisces and Aries is long gone.
Right.
So I don't know when this ascension process is going to begin, but it's positive, right? There will be growing pains, but it's generally more and more positive now. And as that one lady that you had, who's the famous astrologer, Susan Miller, I think.
Oh, yeah. There was a woman from New York that was on.
Right.
She's from your neck of the woods.
Yeah. So I think what she's saying is correct, and that sort of correlates with what the other psychics and astrologers that I'm following are also saying. So there's multiple points that are confirming the future, if you will, right? Because you don't just want to go by one person's prediction, but if there's multiple data points, then it has validity, right?
Right.
I just want to say, I mean, from that, I've improved a heck of a lot. I've taken the advice of a lot of your interviewees, Julie Ryan, right? I got her book. Devin with the 369 Tesla stuff. I started implementing that. And Jeff, I'm seeing positive changes.
That's great. I didn't expect this, and I'm just like you guys, and I'm just like the audience. This podcast has been my own personal spiritual journey, just along as all of you that watch it daily. I mean, these are all brand new people. I don't know these people, but it's even amazing for me. And I've said this a number of times that, like, we were talking about, and they had that, it was $1 billion on the lottery. And I said, if I even won the lottery, I would still keep doing this. So, because that's how I think that, like I said, how much I enjoy doing it, because it's like my own spiritual growth. Just, every day I'm having a conversation with someone about these things.
I mean, I would suggest to your audience, just from my personal experience, whatever that means, take it with a grain of salt. I'm implementing the stuff that some of your interviewees have given. I've talked to Jen Ward. I did her SFT protocol because I'm trying to improve in certain areas of my life, quit smoking, and it's working. I mean, it takes time, but have faith.
Yeah.
Have faith. I mean, I know the 369 stuff is working. There was another guest that you had. He was a ship's captain. He talked about sun gazing, and he met with a guy in India.
Yeah, that was Captain.
Captain,
guy.
yeah.
I was just talking about him today with somebody that I was recording with. That we were talking about him and about sun gazing.
Yeah. So immediately, Jeff, the next day I did all the research. I looked up Hira Ratan Manek, HRM, the guy who popularized the stuff, and I'm up to 6 minutes and 40 seconds sun gazing every day.
Wow.
And the primary reason is I'm using myself as a guinea pig to see if this stuff works. If I get to the 15-minute mark, because I wear eyeglasses, if it can take these away, hey,
that would be amazing. Yeah.
And if I can get to the point where I don't have to eat at 45 minutes, where I'm basically a solar battery.
Yeah.
I could write a letter to NASA and say, hey guys, I don't need food. You can take me to Mars, even though I'm not 25 years old. I can be an astronaut. Right. I mean, I don't know. The point is, audience, my message to the audience is, your subjects, your interviewees have been to the other side. They have the truth. Implement some of this stuff. It just might improve your life. Yeah. Do you lose anything? No, you don't. Just do it. Yeah. What do you have to lose?
Yeah. Neil, thank you for that message, and thank you so much for coming and sharing with us.
You're very welcome. One last thing. I like to cook. So while I was on YouTube looking at recipes, your JeffMara cooking channel came
we used
up.
to do cooking videos.
Yeah, it's old. So I just went through it. I was like, and 9 years ago, I was like, wait, Jeff didn't have a beard.
Yep.
You had a smooth face. I was like, okay.
Yep.
And then I found one of Mara's date and nut energy bars.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna try and make that. So
there you go.
So I was like, hey, this is cool.
I love to drink. We both love to drink Indian masala chai. And many years ago, I mean, this goes back, and I don't know if the video is there. We had just got married, and the video may be there or it may be privated, but I kept working with the recipe until we got it right. It tastes just like if you went to any Indian restaurant. A friend of mine that's Indian says it tastes just as good as the hotel in Bombay.
Yeah. It's pretty easy.
Anyways, and the video was done very poorly, like with an iPhone 4, just so that's all we had back then. And but the video had gotten pretty popular. It was really interesting, and someone from like Brazil or South America had sent me their Indian chai recipe. Like they sent me like all the actual tea and the herbs and everything, and it was pretty cool. And that was so long ago. And
so it's interesting you bring that up, and I know that you need to go, Jeff. So this will be actually I have another talking point.
Maybe we can save it for next week.
Well, yeah. But speaking of the Indian chai, I was just watching a video that came up randomly about a lady that did research into herbal medicine, like Chinese and Indian Ayurvedic.
Yeah.
This was like 2 hours ago or 3 hours ago. And there's a Indian herbal remedy that's 90% effective against stuff like COVID.
Okay.
So basically, it's 1 inch of ginger, cinnamon, some cloves, some pepper, some tulsi basil, right? and maybe optional licorice. Grind it up, boil it in water, let the water reduce in half, 20 minutes, strain it, drink it. Raises your immunity level like to the roof.
Wow.
So the chai, which has the same ingredients, including cardamom, will keep you healthy the rest of your life.
Hey, all right. Yeah. And I love drinking it, so perfect.
Oh yeah, it's good stuff. Anyway, I will talk to you next time. Just thank you to you and Mara. You have helped me on my spiritual journey. I honestly look forward to your videos. I'll keep refreshing every night. Like, okay, is it posted yet? Is it posted yet? Is it posted yet? He's late. He's late. He's late.
He's late. Sometimes we are. Yeah, it's usually about 9 o'clock your time.
Yeah. Jeff, last question: are you still working as a chiropractor, or
no?
Like, what are you doing?
I just keep my license current.
Okay.
I do this. I mean, I'm. This is my full-time job, and
wow. Okay.
And even doing this full-time, as you can see, sometimes by the end of the day, we're still rushing to get the video out.
Right, but I'm so appreciative. You have helped tremendous number of people, and like Leslie said, man, you are a gift. You are a gift.
Thank you.
And
maybe,
if a lot of
go ahead.
A lot of somebody made the comment that a lot of spiritual beings are watching these.
Yeah, someone has said that too.
Stuff. Yeah, I mean that just means that there's truth and love in this, and I can't thank you enough. I mean, I'm just evolving by the day. You're evolving. We are all evolving, and it's a shared group experience. We're all growing. It's wonderful. It's absolutely, it brings so much joy, Jeff. You have no idea. You have no idea. And such peace.
Yeah.
Like I can now feel when my parents talk to me, thanks to your interviewees.
I feel like
I can feel the energies, like, mom and dad, you're okay. Yeah, grandma, yeah, auntie, yeah, this, that. It's like, wow, it's all bliss. It's all love. It's all love.
I think actually that this podcast is kind of, or maybe kind of underground right now, but maybe this year it'll explode and become really popular.
I think my prediction is that you're going to get to 250,000 before 2 years are up, Jeff.
I hope so.
And I certainly hope you do, because not just for you, Jeff, it's about humanity.
Yeah.
It's about humanity. Of course, you'll earn more, whatever, but it's not about you. It's about the collective.
Yeah.
And that's what's important. At the end of the day, like Sarah Landon, she's one of my favorites, right? With the Wisdom Council. We are all drops of consciousness in the ocean of consciousness, and we merge into one.
Yeah.
You are my brother.
Yep.
You may have been my father in my last life. I don't know that, but we're all connected.
Yes.
We are all one. Namaste.
Namaste, Neil. Thank you again.
Thank you.
And Happy New
Happy New Year.
brother.
Happy New Year. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Colleen from New Hampshire. Thank you so much for that super thanks. We really appreciate it. And it says, Happy New Year to you both, Jeff and Mara, and your kiddos and puppy, and to all of my friends here. So thank you again, Colleen. We really appreciate it. And thank you guys all for a great 2022. And I hope our 2023 here on the podcast is even better. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. We're thankful for everything you do with us, and thankful that you watch and comment on the videos. And, we wish you guys the best. So on that note, turn my music back on. Get rid of my... Oh, wow. Jack Dawson. Thank you for that. Thank you very much for that super thanks. We really appreciate it. Bless you at JeffMara Podcast and everyone in the chat too. Thank you for that, Jack. So, thank you guys so much. As I said, we've got videos lined up for tomorrow, and I hope you'll enjoy the one after we'll post it around 8 o'clock Central Time. So it's actually even, depending on where you are, it may be even before the clock strikes 12 if you want to watch it, or if, after the clock strikes 12 and you're ready to kind of, relax for the night, as so many people say that they watch these right before they go to bed. Maybe you'll want to watch it then. So that should be ready for you. And we have a busy week, and we got another one in real quick. Julie Lazaroff, thank you so much for that. Super thanks. We really appreciate it. It says, blessings for 2023 with immense gratitude. Thank you, Jeff and Mara. I love the JMP timestamp project. And project, a unique host and audience collaboration. Thanks to Pete at PDP at Mini Rapunzel, light and love, Julie. So Julie, thank you again for that. And I think that's it. It says wait, Julie. I think Karen's writing to her. So what else do we have? Do we have anything else? Any other announcements? Oh yeah, that's great. Thank you. Yeah, by the way, so starting next week, we're going to go back to our normal Saturday night live stream night. It was only Friday today and last Friday because of the holidays, but we will we'll be going back to that. And Stephanie, we won't be doing a New Year's live stream tomorrow. That's for New Year's Eve. That's why we did it tonight. And we'll be spending some time with the family. And but there will be a video for you. So I hope you will enjoy that one. And I guess that's it. Thank you guys all. We love you. God bless you, and have a